guys, welcome back to our channel. Keanna coming at you. We are about to go look at some houses. We've actually looked at a couple of houses. We've been looking at a ton of houses on the internet, but we went to 2 open houses this past Sunday, and we are going to go check out 3 today. It is a Tuesday after work, so I am incredibly tired, but we gotta find a house in this crazy buying or not buying market in Atlanta. So we're gonna check out a few houses and take you along on this journey with us. So this isn't standard for us, but in the past couple of outings, I've been the one waiting on Dustin, and he's been the one taking forever to get ready. So the tables have turned, the tides have changed, whatever the phrase is. We're waiting on Dustin. We have to be there in 18 minutes, and it's a 20-minute drive.
What's that?
He's here now.
That's what.
Our first appointment is at 5:45. It is 5:28.
Let go!
Alright, so the first house and the second house, I guess, are not too far from where we live, just a few miles, but obviously a few miles in Atlanta is still
like
several minutes.
Like 20 for like 4 miles.
Yeah. But I guess we'd be in the same area, but the thing about how Atlanta works is like it could be like a block apart, and you have like
different.
Right. You can have wealth and then the hood. So we're curious to see where this home falls. Like, does it fall in the wealth? Does it fall in the hood? It probably doesn't fall in the wealth because we are not wealthy, but it can still fall in like a
and like
cooler,
what we're
swinker area.
Yeah, and that's I think that where it's gonna like maybe be at some point, like based on what we're being told. It seems like a lot of these areas are the areas that are going to be expanding and being like nice in the next couple of years, but
may not be so nice right now.
You have to like make it through those couple of years, which is not ideal. So
and not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, especially with the war happening, that things will just change in 2 years or 3 years. So we're figuring that part out. But we're gonna go check out these houses. We did go see 2 homes in the Decatur area on Sunday, and if you're from the Atlanta area, then you know Decatur is like pretty old. It's like an older town because it was like one of the first suburbs of Atlanta, and a lot of the homes there are a lot older, and that area also has become like either swanky or hood, and there's a little bit of gentrification happening in the not so great areas, but the houses in those areas are so lovely, and like
they're like old vibe but like new on the inside. Right. Like they look old on the outside, but on the inside they're like, oh, I love Atlanta traffic. Every time we're driving, you guys hear about this. But yeah, no, they look old on the outside, but then like a lot of them are redone on the inside. The ones we looked at on Sunday though were both like, they didn't seem like there was anything near the car. Oh my God. It didn't seem like there was anything nearby. So it was like there was nothingness for miles. I know. So
that was a bummer. But yeah, the houses are like probably built in the 50s. So they're older homes, but the ones we looked at had like new roofs, like brand new decks, like
kitchens. Everything on the kitchens
were like immaculate.
Yeah, they're really nice. They're like exactly what you would want in a kitchen, like is what it looked like.
They had tiny closets, and y'all know that's not gonna work too well for me.
The one had a giant bedroom and a giant closet for you, like that.
Yes.
The one that we liked, but they had like 5 offers over asking price the day of the showing, and suppose were accepted the next morning. So
yeah, they like needed to know that day, and we just aren't familiar with the area enough to like be like, all right, buying it today. Like, right. So we liked it, but honestly, it wasn't like so much love that I'm like, I need this house. Like, I was okay with letting it go. And
the fact that like it's not a rental. Like the place we're in right now, we drove that night. And we're like, oh, like this is doable, and there's a lot nearby, and we're renting, and it was like a reasonable price for renting in Atlanta. But knowing that we're buying the place is a little different.
And there's not
or a lot different.
And like he said, like there's not a lot nearby. At least we weren't able to see that. Whereas where we live now, a quick drive, you'll see everything. Like 2 minutes any direction. It's just different.
And it doesn't need to be 2 minutes, but it needs to be, reasonable. And I don't get the feeling that there was like anything reasonably close to those houses.
So we're just trying to remain open-minded. We have cast a pretty wide net across Metro Atlanta. Well, like East Metro Atlanta, not like West. We're not trying to be like in Cobb County or anything. But along the east part of Atlanta, we are just kind of trying to be open to various
everywhere.
Yeah, various cities, various types of homes, various types of areas.
Somebody asked me today where we're looking, and I was like,
everywhere.
Literally everywhere. We've kind of accepted that you're gonna have to look everywhere if we're gonna find somewhere.
But yeah, so we have not too far left, so we'll try to capture some parts. We did make some TikToks of the first 2 homes, so if you don't follow us on TikTok or Instagram, we've shared it there if you'd like to get a glimpse. We actually got footage of inside the house. We just were too tired to record, but you can definitely see that on TikTok, and hopefully we can get some good footage and share it with you guys today. We have a good realtor, so he's hooking us up with somebody today. I think he's good. I've actually never talked to him.
He seems nice.
That's pretty. Okay, guys, it is editing Keanna and Dustin in the building.
In the building.
That's why I look so bad. I was editing today's video, and then I realized that we never really revisited how the house buying went.
Yeah.
So, since we filmed that, we've seen our dream home.
Yeah, and that's skewing the perspectives on everything else.
Yeah, so 2 days after we filmed those 2 houses, we saw our dream house, and we put an offer in. So wish us luck.
Last night.
There's some people putting way more money down than we are, and
we just don't have that kind of money to throw at it. But what was it, $30,000 over asking is what somebody offered, supposedly?
If we had the money, it would be worth it.
It would.
If we had it, we would probably also be putting that large, because the house is...
It's beautiful.
It has that value.
Nothing that we would need to do when we moved in. Not a thing.
Chef's kiss. It was perfect. But yeah, we saw a few houses after we've seen these 2 houses. So needless to say, this first house that you guys just saw, it wasn't it. Like, to you guys, it might look nice, because editing the video, it did look kind of decent. Like, the kitchen was nice. The flooring was nice. The basement is big. But as you guys heard Dustin say, that backyard was...
Oh, it was terrible. It was trash.
It was...
And everything around both sides was not good either. Like the street that it was on, there was not. It was one of those houses that we talked about that it looks nice on the inside, but looking up and down the street, it's not like a great spot for us.
But even on the inside, it wasn't that great. Like, so to get in the house, it's kind of like down, the driveway's downhill. There's no garage. There was a fence though, or like you could park behind a fence. And it was multi-leveled, I guess. Like the patio, there was like a top deck, and then there was the lower deck.
Yeah, I just remember it.
It was kind of like the backyard was just overgrown, but you guys saw like the paint on the patio, front patio, back patio, everything was just like peeling and chipped.
It's almost like somebody came in and mostly redid it, and there's like, we're good, and then
it'll
left.
sell. That's enough.
And then left. Like, we don't need to do anything more because there's a lot of things inside too that maybe you don't see in the video that were kind of like red flags. And then even downstairs too, right? And that
there was. You guys might have seen that door just kind of floating, like hanging off.
Yeah, and like spots where like insulation was exposed.
And it smelled bad.
It smelled like cat pee.
It was like a sour smell in there.
It was not.
Which you guys obviously couldn't see on the video. And the front yard was pretty bad. The lighting in the house wasn't that great. And like he said, it just wasn't in a good area. It was ugly when you look outside the window, but it was also ugly when you just step on the back porch or the front porch.
Or drove down the road, yeah.
So that wasn't the one. So
and no garage.
No garage either. Oh yeah, well, we talked about that. Go ahead and check out this second house that we saw in West Atlanta. Saw that second house, and we actually really love that house.
Yeah, we walked out, and Keanna, what'd you rate it walking out?
I rated it like an 8.
Yeah, she rated it really high. But for me, like if I was just looking at the inside, I would give it like a 7 or 8. But anything beyond that, like again, the street was not it. So I would drop it like to 5 or 6 for me. Because I'm like, I just couldn't see us walking a child like down the street
or me coming home by myself.
And again, it's supposed that was a big thing because the driveway again, no garage for one. 2, like the single spot where it was like there was it wasn't even like a single driveway.
We had to share a driveway with the neighbors.
You share a driveway with the neighbors, and then also like the further you went down the driveway, the more like the gap between our spot and
like
their
a
spot.
height difference.
So if you were backing out sideways and you're gonna like dip down into theirs, it was weird. But yeah, safety wise, and honestly, I just think that some of the living space was kind of weird. Like it was oddly shaped.
Like everything in the house was brand new. They kept
Yes.
like emphasizing like the house is taken down to the studs. Says pretty much been rebuilt. The closet, immaculate. The bathroom,
Oh,
great.
that closet was huge.
The windows along the like hallway were so beautiful, but then you look out said windows and it's like ugly.
Yeah. And again, it's one of those areas that maybe 4 or 5 years from now, supposedly is going to like be expanding, and so it's going to be like a lot nicer. The value of the home might go up a lot, but it's okay. What's the next 4 or 5 years going to look like, and how safe is that for us and for a child and for Keanna if I'm not home? So
That's like 4 to 5 years is a long time to hope for the best. So yeah, that was the 2 houses in West Atlanta. We will have another video showing you guys more eastern parts of Atlanta, like Lithonia, Stone Mountain, and Ellenwood, where our dream house is. Because we're really considering the Stone Mountain area. It's just, again, like a lot older houses. We haven't given up hope in Decatur. We just don't want a little tiny ranch, and we don't want to not have a garage.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it's as much about it being a ranch, because like some of the square footage isn't bad. It's more about, again, like some of these houses are just being built up, but nothing around them is built up. So it's not like the neighborhood feel that we got in other spots we've looked at. So
yeah, so we are literally in the thick of house hunting, and we are excited to take you on this journey. We've been trying to get as much footage as possible. This is just the beginning, and hopefully you guys will witness us getting our dream home, even if it's not this one that we maybe outbid on. Hopefully we'll
cross your
find another.
fingers that a miracle happens, and we get this house we put a bid on last night. So
please. And as always, we'll see you guys next Saturday. Have a good weekend. Bye.